Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this. This one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Step around 80, 390. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check, check. Keep it skinny. Red. Hey, orbit. General West. Check out, bro.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Load it. Watch left, right. Hey, 2. Split.
Rivers to throw this time. And able to find Graham, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Stay there. 380. Push him back. Wait, 89.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, easy. Bravo.
3rd and long for Rivers. Well, he's going to go for it all. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw. Get in the weight room. Undercrunch.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. It's picked up by the blockers. Broncos. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to work his way down to the 16. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Third down.
Ready! Round 80!
Check 15. Check
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch three. Check you. Check three. Check next.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on off.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This is McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Room here to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 19 on a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Bridgewater to throw it. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
At the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 13. 6-6. Pull it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Run 80. Run 80. Hey. 14's the mic. Load it. Load it. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Gay is on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to lay one. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Let's get it. Let's go. Go to base. Let's go, dude. You. Hey, switch gears. Watch twist. Big ass. 180.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
It's fourth down.
Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on fourth down.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, I'm going to go load it. Hey. Mike 14.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. He is going to find Hill here. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on fourth down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Set 180. Block 11. Check out 3.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. Room to run inside the 40. And a cutback, right sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 55 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3
Filet,
times. There
filet,
you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead. But and he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
He's got the first down inside the 10. 16 yards, a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Here's Lindsay. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So it's third and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal, and no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
From the 39, Bridgewater. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete.
Alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
White, 390, 380, White, Alpha!
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. They're going deep for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. A first down throw for Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. 33 yards out.
It's a gain of 33. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater gets past him at the 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 19 yards away. And then a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Let's go. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Patriots, they've taken the lead now over the Jets. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Bridgewater to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33. Defense wins championships, baby. Check 33. 33. Check mark. Check mark. Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33. Now they go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33.
Back to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Try to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Broncos, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, Despite the loss here, they're going to wind up with a very good 11-5 overall mark. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.